All right. Welcome, everyone. We are doing an intro to oils class this evening, more based on just the basics and introducing oils to those who maybe have never used essential oils before. Maybe you've just gotten started, or maybe like myself and Aurora is here joining us tonight. Maybe you've used oils for decades and you are still learning new things about essential oils. So I want to introduce myself. My name is Clare Cannizzaro. I have been using oils actually for over a decade now. And Amy and Charlie Widmer introduced me to essential oils. I had no idea what they were, and I was quite skeptical actually about these natural solutions that I had never heard of before. So it's been a journey, and I am beyond thankful that they introduced them to me, and it has considerably changed my life and the life of my family and the way we look at healthcare. So just a little bit about me. I could go on forever about that first experience with oils, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later. So our goals for this evening, I don't want to keep you too late. I want to honor your time, but I do want to make sure that we talk about a few specific things. First thing is addressing your challenges as we go through day-to-day life. We all have different things that we're dealing with, and they're all different from person to person. So if you are thinking of those things as we go through the little things about essential oils and how to use them and how powerful they are, even if you want to get a piece of paper and make some notes as we go through this class tonight, just make a little note about things that you deal with every day that maybe if you didn't have to deal with those, your life would be completely different. And it can be something as small as sleeping better. It doesn't have to be anything really, really huge, because if that's something that you're dealing with, it is a really, really huge thing for you. Maybe it's you get an occasional headache. Maybe it's you have children who have things going on. So if you want to think about those, just keep in the back of your mind, or even jot them down if you want to remember them. And then I would be very happy to take questions at the end. If there's anything specific that you would like assistance with, we can talk about that. So we'd like to address your challenges. Of course, we want to reveal powerful things about essential oils and how they work. The 3 ways to use essential oils is very important, especially if you're new to the oil world, just to make sure that you're using them safely and effectively for yourself specifically, because we're all different. So they work differently for different people. And then lastly, of course, how to get oils into your life. All right, so revolutionizing your life with plants. Charlie and Amy and the whole view of life shifting is something that is really near and dear to my heart as well. Charlie and Amy have been extremely instrumental for thousands of people in revolutionizing the way they look at healthcare and making sure that that comes from a natural perspective, and understanding that shifting how we see the way we treat our bodies, what we put into our bodies and on our bodies, is affecting how our bodies respond and how healthy we are, the long lives that we live, and how strong we are if we're raising children. I always tell my boys, I want you to just grow up strong and healthy, and to give them the foundational information that they need to then make their own choices, but to make sure that I'm giving them the best possible information moving forward as they grow up. So this is just a few of the wonderful, wonderful people we have in our oily organization in this life shift team. Aurora and I have been working with Charlie and Amy for years and years, sharing essential oils and just joining the kind of passion project that is doTERRA, and their mission to share with the world and change the world and educate about natural solutions. And Charlie and Amy have been extremely instrumental in that, in my life personally, and for so many others as well. We have team members all over the world and have assisted them in addressing health concerns, emotional things, and from the tiniest little thing to some of the biggest discussions I've had, even in my own personal life, addressing health concerns, and some of them are pretty major. So for me personally, it's just, if I look back over 10 years ago when I was first introduced to essential oils and where we are now with our family life journey, my own personal health journey, it's um, uh, been pretty miraculous, actually. So I would love to share more in depth about that, but not tonight because I could talk for hours. So if you think about what do you need and want for your body, for your life, for your household, for your children, there's a couple things listed here. Do you need better sleep? Do you need less stress? Oh my gosh, I know everyone, including myself, probably needs those too. Joint and muscle relief, immune support, relief from seasonal issues, better digestion. They're all really, really crucial things, and everything works together. Everything is a part of one body, and how we treat our household, what we put in and on our bodies, in and on our households, absolutely affects how we live and if we grow strong, healthy bodies or if we have sick and tired bodies. So there are three powerful things about essential oils. Very simply, they're safe, effective, and affordable. So regarding safety, essential oils, especially the ones that we know and trust with doTERRA, are 100% natural and safe. No side effects, no addiction tendencies. They're just extracts from plants, and we can guarantee that they are absolutely safe, thoroughly tested, and completely 100% pure beyond organic. And that is the biggest thing for my family, that I knew and trusted that I could absolutely take a bottle of an essential oil and utilize that for my family and my home and my health without wondering if there was anything in it that I wasn't aware of. So the safety for doTERRA essential oils was paramount for my family and I. The efficacy of these essential oils, they quite literally are more effective than modern approaches to health problems, but you have to be patient also, because if you approach essential oils and natural solutions like you would approach modern medicine, you would take something that a practitioner has given you and you would say, oh, if it doesn't work, then I will try this and I will try this and I will try this, because it takes patience and it takes working things out to make sure what works with your body. And essential oils work the exact same way. If you're patient, I always tell people, I promise you will find what works for you in your body. It just takes a little bit of time and figuring out exactly what that is. So I very quickly was able to find what worked well for my body and for my family. But every day we're coming up with new things. I have a teenager now. He has different needs. And every day we're figuring out, oh, what works for this and what does he have going on now and what works for that. So they're extremely effective. And the other little tidbit of that is that scientifically, essential oils can permeate the cell membrane. So if you have a cell in your body that isn't feeling great, if there's something going on, if you introduce a synthetic to your body for that cell, the cell sees it as a foreign agent and it closes up really, really tight because it sees it as a threat, because it's a synthetic. It's not made the same way our bodies are made. But with essential oil, if you introduce that essential oil into your body, it is able to permeate that cell membrane, and the cell doesn't see it as a threat because it's built the same as that cell is. And the cell is able to open up and say, oh, come on in. And those essential oils can assist with whatever is going on in that cell, whether it's assisting a healing process, supporting that process, or supporting natural apoptosis, so the dying off of an unhealthy cell, and then helping your body to flesh that out. So that was one of the sort of mind-blowing things that I learned years ago. And I thought, oh my gosh, if my cells are opening up like that and welcoming in these natural solutions instead of getting scared and seeing them as a threat, I need that. I want that. I want my body to feel like that. And it absolutely is just so incredibly beneficial to our bodies and the way we treat them. And then the third thing about essential oils is that they're incredibly affordable. They are pennies per dose. I can't even imagine if I calculated the number of dollars my family has saved because we quite literally just don't get sick. And if we do, it lasts us a day, and we use our oils and some homeopathic remedies and vitamins and nutritious, really healthy food, and it doesn't last long. And it always breaks my heart to see friends on Facebook, on social media, posting about how sick their families are and that they are just overwhelmed with what is happening in their homes, and they feel powerless and helpless. And I'm always so grateful that I know that I have the tools that I need to assist my family. So the fact that they're just so incredibly affordable has always been such a blessing for us personally. So essential oils can be measured in frequencies, in megahertz frequencies. So the higher the frequency, the more healing those oils are to our bodies, and the higher our body's frequencies are, the less disease state we are able to be in. So they can align those frequencies and assist us to balance in all of our functions and support our bodies in an incredible way. There's a whole class about the megahertz and the frequencies of essential oils. Again, we won't get in depth in that tonight, but it is definitely something that I think of every time I take my rose oil, which is actually the most high vibrating oil. Every time I put my rose oil on my skin, I imagine that my body's frequency is rising. And some days the energetic field around my body needs that for sure. So what is an essential oil? There are natural aromatic compounds found in plants, and there are hundreds of compounds in each essential oil. Steam distilled and cold press extraction are two of the ways that they extract those oils from the plants, and they are powerful with safe benefits without side effects. Now, that doesn't mean that one person might not be a little bit sensitive to a certain essential oil. You wouldn't want to take oregano oil and put it directly on your skin. Ask me why. Definitely did that before I learned how to use my essential oil safely and properly, because I'm not really a rule follower or an instruction reader. So I just dumped the oregano all over my throat because it was a little sore the first week I had my oils. And you learn very quickly that that's not the best idea, and you should probably use a carrier oil. So I that night would have said there was definitely a side effect, but the other side effect was that I was better the next morning. So it was definitely worth it. So why plants? Why do we use essential oils from plants? The essential oils regulate the plant via growth hormones, and they do the same thing for our bodies. They can assist in regulating every system within our body, assisting your immune system, helping to ward off viruses, bacteria, parasites, even insects. We definitely use our essential oils for bug sprays and around our home for air fresheners. They assist in regulating metabolism and function as enzymes in our bodies as well. So using them as nature's assistants. And this goes back, right, hundreds of years ago, before we had modern medicine at our fingertips, nature was utilized in such an incredible way. And plants were found that minimized symptoms of certain things. And the wonderful thing about that is that they address the root cause instead of just symptom management. So essential oils can soothe and alleviate the symptoms that we're experiencing, but they also then can assist with addressing that root cause. And that is something that is just so, so crucial, I think, in this day and age, that we are making sure that we're looking at what the trigger of our health concerns are, because everything I feel lately is just sort of like you put a Band-Aid on it and just keep going because we have to function. We're busy, we're stressed, we have kids, we have work, we have 3 jobs sometimes and 3 kids and how many mortgages, and we're running crazy and we're sick and we're tired, and we don't give ourselves the time to realize that our bodies exhibit symptoms because it needs us to pay attention. So being able to address things from the root of that cause, and it's not easy, and it doesn't just take a minute to fix it. It definitely takes some time, but it's absolutely worth looking at that. And the root cause of things is something that is just so crucial. So the 3 ways that we're going to use essential oils aromatic is one of the first ways. You can put them in a diffuser. You can, I like to drip them in my furnace filter when we switch out the furnace filter in the summertime, right before we turn on the air conditioner, and vice versa, right before we switch it over to the furnace in the winter. I love to put drops of citrus oils or purifying oils. My husband always teases me that we just took a $5 furnace filter and turned it into a $25 one because I put so many drops of oils on them. But you can immediately smell and feel the difference within the entire house when that kicks on, and it helps in cleansing the air, getting pathogens out of the ductways, and it also supports your respiratory system when you use your oils aromatically. Diffusers are something that I used to just think was like this luxury toy that really nobody needed until I got one. And now we have one in every room of the house because for our emotional support and mood, stress, cleansing the air, they're absolutely so incredibly beneficial. And I have 3 boys, and their bedrooms don't smell like boys live there. I'm just going to make that point. So the second way you can use your oils is topically. So when you use your oils topically, it gives you a localized benefit. You can utilize it with a carrier oil to hold it right on. There's a picture of, someone with a really sore knee or a really, upset stomach. And if you put a drop of your essential oil in a carrier oil and then apply it to that area, the carrier oil doesn't actually dilute it. We use that word a little bit loosely. What it happens is it actually holds that essential oil onto that location and just kind of slows the absorption rate so that it stays right in that area. Essential oils are pretty volatile, so some of the oil is going to flash off if you just put it directly on your skin. But if you add that carrier oil, it's going to hold it on your skin, slow the absorption rate just a little, so it'll stay right in that area a little bit longer instead of going directly into your bloodstream and going to the rest of your body immediately, which is what will happen when you use your oils topically. And if you think about it, every body product we use, this is the case for also. Everything you put on your skin goes into your bloodstream, which when I first realized that that was the case, it's kind of gross because we use especially women, use so many body products, makeup and hair care and facial care and lotions and body washes. And it's astounding the number of things we put on our bodies without paying attention to what's in them and what our body is absorbing. So your essential oils, amazing and healthy, they are also going right into your bloodstream. So your body is taking them where they need to go in your body to assist you. So if you use your carrier oil, it's just going to stay a little bit more localized, really help out that achy knee or that upset stomach, and then also assist the rest of your body as needed. So your third way that you can use your oils, and this is very specific to doTERRA, I always like to really, really make sure that people understand, please don't go buy oils at Rite Aid or Walmart and assume that you can drink them, because that would be extremely harmful. And I quite honestly won't even recommend that you put those oils on your skin or in the air that you breathe, because most of them are adulterated and full of harmful chemicals. Even though they might say it's pure, oils are not regulated and they're not required to do any testing or tell you what's actually in them. So most likely those oils would be adulterated and full of chemicals or other oils that aren't on the label. So your internal use for essential oils is very specific to doTERRA. And on your bottle of oils, if it's safe and recommended to take internally, it'll have supplement facts. It'll have a little box on the side. I know you probably can't see that, but a little box on the side that says supplement facts. And it'll tell you, put 1 drop in some water, or however you like to use your oils. You can do them in veggie caps, empty veggie caps like is shown here. You can put them directly under your tongue. If it's a very spicy oil, I was messaging someone the other day about a very severe sore throat. 1 drop of oregano in a shot glass of water. It's very spicy, but it will absolutely assist with whatever's going on with viruses or bacteria to assist that symptom. So your internal use, of course, you want to make sure that you're looking at the bottle and using it cautiously, and as directed, or reaching out to the person that introduced you to oils to make sure that what you're doing is safe and beneficial for what your intention is. Detoxification is also a huge thing for internal use. one drop of lemon oil or wild orange or clementine, any of the citrus oils can dissolve petrochemicals. So if you put them in your glass of water every day, making sure that you're using glass or stainless steel, absolutely don't ever put citrus oils into a plastic bottle or aluminum because it will leach that into your water and you definitely don't want to be ingesting that. But a drop of citrus oil in your water every single day helps with a gentle liver flush, a gentle daily detox. It's not going to cause a huge detox. It's just a very gentle flush for any chemicals or synthetics that are in your body. So why doTERRA? They utilize plants that are harvested in their natural environment. They make sure that they're pure, free of fillers, pesticides, and foreign contaminants. They go just to the nth degree of testing to make sure that we know and trust what we're putting in our body and that every single oil we are getting will always work for our bodies. And every single batch of oil from every farmer around the world is sustainably sourced, responsibly harvested, and goes through extensive testing. So doTERRA is also just a mission-based company. The humanitarian efforts that they put forth around the world are just baffling and is something that is really near and dear to my heart because I have always just wanted to go and build orphanages and build houses for the homeless and feed the hungry. And there are so many things that doTERRA does through their Healing Hands Foundation. You can go to the website at doTERRA.com and look at the Healing Hands items, and there are just pages and pages of incredible stories. I put a couple here, the Nepal Water Project, and assisting children in India, the Drop for Life campaign. And Days for Girls International is an amazing mission also. They provide hygiene products in third world countries for girls who are underprivileged and just need great assistance with those types of things. So back to you. What are your current challenges? What are some things that are going through your mind that maybe you could change and you could address in a very, very small way, or maybe a really large way that would really, really change your day-to-day life? Just kind of think about those. And I'm going to check the time here. Aurora, I haven't been able to check in the chat if there's any questions so far or comments. And if anybody would like to just comment in the chat or if you're on Facebook also to comment, if you have a current challenge that you're really struggling with that you wouldn't mind, of course, sharing with the group, I would be happy to look at that at the end of this evening's class so that we can really chat about it and assist you, because I know when you're on this journey, it's really overwhelming some days, and we all sort of default back to what we know and what we were taught and how we were trained growing up. And a lot of times natural solutions is not that. We were not trained to think this way. We were not trained to know and understand natural solutions and to trust that they could absolutely help our bodies in every single situation. So if there's something that you're going through, a current challenge that you have a question about or you would like to chat about, go ahead and throw that in the chat if you like, or just bring it up at the end of class, and I'd be happy to discuss that and answer any questions and provide any support that I'm able to. And I know Aurora is a wealth of knowledge in so many areas as well. So keep those current challenges in mind. In addressing those, there's just a few oils that I wanted to talk about tonight. Lavender is one of them, or as Aurora's little one, Alden, calls it, the purple. My boys all called it purple. Where's the purple? This is one of our favorite ones. It still is one of mine. You can use lavender for so many things, supporting a good, healthy sleep, soothing your skin, bites and stings, burns, anxious feelings. One of my favorite things to do with it is to address seasonal issues. It's a natural antihistamine, so you can absolutely use it for that purpose. And those anxious feelings listed down there at the bottom, you can absolutely put a drop of lavender under your tongue to support anxious feelings and feelings of panic. And it tastes terrible. So don't hate me, but it absolutely works. And I've had people tell me that they really did hate me for the first minute, and then those feelings were started to subside. So those are two of my favorite things to do with lavender. These are a little graphic. I'm sorry, I'll kind of skip through these quickly, but this is a child that had chemical burns, and this is 15 days later after essential oil application. So just the healing process that took place there is incredible. And I have also seen this personally in my own life with really severe sunburns with children who refuse to put, light shirts on in the summer, and 2 days later, their skin is nearly completely healed. So here's again a 3rd-degree burn. This is 5 days after lavender and melaleuca every day, which also the healing process there is pretty amazing. Next up is peppermint. We use peppermint in our house. I use it in the shower. I'm not a morning person, so in the shower in the morning, because peppermint naturally oxygenates our cells. So it can help that focus, help you to wake up, help you to kind of have, your energy for your day. Down there it says morning wake up at the bottom. That's definitely what I use it for. It's also a really great oil to keep on hand for any neck tension, muscle pain, joint soreness. It's great for digestive issues. A drop in water, again, because it's very safe to take internally. 1 drop is considered a dose. Put a little bit in some water, take that internally. And it's safe to do every 15 minutes. You have something chronic going on with your digestive system, 1 drop every 15 minutes, 30 minutes, every hour, depending on what your body feels like it needs. It's wonderful for that purpose. It's really great for body cooling because peppermint has that icy hot sensation when you put it on your skin. Kiddos might find that to be a little too much. So this is one that you want to use a carrier oil for young or sensitive skin. My 9-year-old still does not like oils like peppermint straight on his skin. He prefers the kids line that are in a carrier oil already to make sure that they aren't spicy on his skin. I definitely use peppermint for the occasional headache too. Right on the back of my neck with a little bit of wild orange is extremely yummy. Lemon, so there's that kind of like cleansing and detox oil because it's the citrus and it helps to dissolve those petrochemicals. It's a great air and surface cleanser, gentle detox in water, wonderful for immune support. It's also, those citrus oils are just so uplifting for your emotions. The other thing that I love lemon for is it is a wonderful oil to help, sorry if this is gross, but it helps to thin mucus. So if you are congested or you have a lot of phlegm or sinus drainage, lemon helps to really thin that and to help to bring that out, because when we're feeling a little bit of sniffles or sinus drainage, what's happening is our body needs to expectorate it, but typically our reaction is to suppress it. And that's really not what our body needs. Our body needs to get that out so that it can recover, recuperate, and heal. Lemon will assist in doing that. And I also then add frankincense, which I'll talk about here in just a minute, because frankincense is a natural expectorant. So lemon to thin the mucus, frankincense to expectorate that mucus. Breathe for respiratory support. So amazing. I don't know if anybody knows the term t-shirt tent, but if I have any sinus congestion, especially at night, it's just the worst thing, right? When you lay down at night and your sinuses all of a sudden clog up and you just want to go to sleep, but you can't breathe. I love to put a couple drops of Breathe right on my chest. And then right as I'm going to sleep, I'll pull my pajamas out and take a big inhale of that. And I tell my boys, do your t-shirt tent. And they're like, okay, Mom, I got it. So that's really, really helpful for respiratory support. Again, this one has some spicy, icy hot oils. So on young or sensitive skin, you will want to use that carrier oil. And doTERRA also makes a Breathe stick and a Breathe roller, which is in the carrier oil already for those younger or more sensitive skin types. Breathe, of course, is great also for seasonal support. Snoring. My husband drips Breathe all over his pillow every night, just for me. That decongestant there, and lung support, just respiratory support in general is and one of my favorite things to use breathe oil for is actually the emotional use. All of the oils have an emotional use, something that they're really, really specifically good for. And breathe is a wonderful oil for grief, for suffocating sadness. And it's one that I use if I'm struggling with the loss of a loved one or just feelings of overwhelm. Breathe is really, really good for sad and feelings of grief. So you can just inhale that from your hands or in a diffuser on your pillow. We've always found that one extremely helpful emotionally in that way. So On Guard is one of the most effective oils for supporting the immune system. You can use it as a surface cleaner for your household. I am a huge, huge advocate for ditching and switching all of the household products because everything that we use in our home affects our health and our family and our well-being and our mental clarity and our immune system. So ditching and switching all of your synthetic chemicals, if you haven't already, is of utmost importance. And I really can't stress it enough. And On Guard and the On Guard products give us that ability to switch to something really, really beneficial to our family instead of something that we should just not ever put on our skin or around our homes. So it helps as a skin purifier. It assists with airborne pathogens, environmental threats, and that immune support. It's just absolutely wonderful for all of those. I carry this around in my purse because we use it, even just the straight oil as a hand sanitizer. If I don't have the actual sanitizing spray or gel with me, my 16-year-old refuses to use any toothpaste except the On Guard toothpaste because he absolutely hates the chemicals in commercial toothpaste. And all of us use the On Guard laundry detergent and all-purpose cleanser because I know that if I give one of my children a spray bottle with my natural cleaners in it, it's okay if they spray it on their body or in an eyeball accidentally because it might not feel good, but it's not going to hurt them. It won't damage them like commercial cleansers, cleaners, and air fresheners would. So DigestZen, I was out running errands this morning and I got a text from my 12-year-old and he said, "Mama, my belly is hurting. I already put DigestZen on. What else should I do?" And I was just so proud of him. I thought, wow, like these things that we are doing and these things that we are teaching them, but also just they're learning by example because they see us immediately reaching for oils and natural remedies. So he absolutely knew what to do to care for his own 12-year-old body. And I was just marveling at that fact that we can influence them and show them by example, and they are able to treat their bodies kindly. So for that digestive discomfort, within an hour or two, he's like, "Oh, I feel fine now." So it was just one of those very easy things to go, "Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad you're good," because he took care of himself. All of these things that nobody likes to talk about, right? Nausea, constipation, indigestion, gas, food poisoning. DigestZen is amazing, and I have to admit, it is one of the ones that I hate the smell of. It absolutely drives me crazy. I cannot stand the smell of it, but thankfully it also comes in soft gel form. So it comes pre-made in soft gel capsules. And those I absolutely can't live without because I was diagnosed with leaky gut years and years ago and have almost completely healed from that. But DigestZen is one that I keep pretty close because my stomach doesn't hurt, but I absolutely can tell when there's something that is triggering those symptoms for me. So DigestZen is absolutely one that my family uses whenever we feel like we need a little extra support in the digestive area. Deep Blue is for muscle and joint support, aches, soreness, sprains, circulation assistance, and it also supports an inflammatory response. And I think that sounds a little bit funny when we say it supports an inflammatory response because we hear so much about anti-inflammatories and wanting to not have inflammation in our bodies, but an inflammatory response is actually really important for our bodies to have, but it's really important for us to have a healthy inflammatory response because if we cut a finger, the inflammatory response is that it's going to bleed and it'll turn a little bit red and there will be some pain. And that is what triggers us to go, oh, I've cut myself. Now I need to address this and make sure that I take care of it properly. So that's a healthy inflammatory response. So we want to support that. What we want to also address is to make sure that there's not too much unhealthy inflammation, which is caused by an unhealthy diet, terrible nutrition, commercial products, chemicals, synthetics, those types of things. So if we're supporting a healthy inflammatory response, that's really, really important. And our bodies feel so, so much better. And deep blue is one of the oils that can absolutely assist with that. So frankincense, there we go. Of course, already mentioned was using this with lemon for respiratory support because it's a natural expectorant. So what I will do with my frankincense, if anyone has sinus issues, respiratory troubles, I used to have chronic sinus infections. It seemed like every 2 months I was getting a sinus infection, and it would take me a month to recover from every single one. And I use a neti pot to support that when I'm starting to feel that way. And I started using 1 drop of frankincense oil and 2 cups of saline solution for my neti pot. So if anyone else uses that, it's a really, really wonderful way to assist the inflammation in your sinus passages and to encourage that process of expectoration if you have sinus drainage. There are so many things that we could say about frankincense, but assisting your nervous system, assisting cellular function, immune support, cuts and scrapes, wrinkles. It's extremely good for cellular regeneration. And frankincense is one of the ones that encourages natural apoptosis. So if you have unhealthy cells, frankincense really assists in either supporting them in healing or that natural apoptosis process and dying off if they are unhealthy. So MetaPower, if there's anyone that's been around for a while, it used to be called Slim and Sassy. And then doTERRA realized that that's not a product that most men want to use, something called Slim and Sassy. So, but it was extremely beneficial for everyone's metabolic support, not just women. So they changed the name to MetaPower and slightly reformulated it to be even more effective. So for anyone with that list of challenges that includes low energy, that includes weight challenges, appetite management, food cravings, this is one of the just simplest, easiest things to use to address those things. I actually used this oil when I was pregnant, funny enough, because I was having trouble having energy in the morning when I was waking up. My husband and I owned a dance studio, and I was teaching dance classes hours a day, every day, the whole time I was pregnant, literally up until the night before he was born. And I realized that if I would put this oil on my feet at night, I had more energy in the morning. So that was one of my bedside oils. It was on my feet at night so that I could actually get up and take my pregnant self out of the house every day with the energy that I needed to have, while also raising 2 other young boys. So that's definitely one that I used for that purpose, for energy. And there's a whole line of things that go along with the metabolic blend. And I have a horrible sweet tooth, or used to. I don't anymore, because I started using, there's collagen packets that I started taking every day, and they almost instantly, within a week, took my sugar cravings down to almost nothing, to where even now, even if I don't take that every day, I don't have the sugar cravings that I used to have, and my body is much happier for it. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack, a lot of people will say, wait a minute, this is an essential oils class, and those don't look like essential oils. And the answer is right. You're correct. They are not essential oils, but this is actually doTERRA's #1 best-selling product because they work so well for everyone. This was a godsend for me. I used it as my prenatal vitamin when I was teaching 4 hours of ballet class the entire time I was pregnant. And it was absolutely the best thing I could have done for my body and for my teeny little one that I was growing, because the vitamins and minerals and omegas that they have in those provide natural energy, They assist with focus. They support brain and cardio health, that inflammatory support. There's that again that we talked about a second ago. DNA protection and cellular longevity. So there's an entire class about LLV that digs really, really deep into the science and the formulation of each of these. But it is definitely something that is kind of foundational that I take every single day. And my husband says too, he says, you know, when I don't take my vitamins, I can tell that there's a decrease in energy just from missing a couple days of vitamins. So you don't really notice until you stop taking them and then you realize, wow, I felt so much better. So these are definitely a staple in our household. So getting oils into your life. If you are brand new and you haven't even started with essential oils yet, it's very, very easy. Just make sure you talk to the person that invited you to this class. And there are 3 ways that you can purchase your oils. Purchasing retail is not something that any of us really recommend just because it is really expensive. And that's, you know, we all need to save money. So that's not something that we suggest. Getting them at wholesale, like those of us who have been using oils for years and sharing oils with other people, it's literally like a Sam's Club or a Costco membership. You are just getting your oils the same way I get mine, and you get them at wholesale costs. And you can get points back for purchases. You can do a monthly subscription called the Loyalty Rewards program, but you don't have to. There's nothing required. The only thing is that you're just getting oils in your home, on your body, and learning how to use them. Those are the most important aspects. So nothing was required, but definitely getting them at wholesale is the best way, because then you're saving the most money and getting the most benefit from the doTERRA membership that you have. So here's just a little bit about that Loyalty Rewards program. Replacing your household products, I call it ditch and switch, like I mentioned a second ago, is really, really easy with this, because you can set up a monthly order and then you also get points back for each order if that's something that really works well for you and your family. I've been doing it for 10 years. We get our order every single month. We replenish the oils that we've used that month, and we add the things that we've used up, and those vitamins that we're taking every day. So that's just a really great way to save money and get all of our household items as we need them without trying to remember to go to the store or make sure that they're placed on our order. So for anyone that's new, if someone's invited you here and you haven't started with your oils yet, absolutely what you can expect from that person is personal attention. You can ask questions. This whole community is dedicated and passionate about making sure that everyone knows how to use their oils, what's best for their bodies, assisting with protocols for specific issues, items, health concerns, and just that general ongoing support. We have private Facebook pages. There's education galore if you are looking for something specific. Our community is absolutely here to help in that fashion. There are also resources that you can do, that you can learn from yourself. You can absolutely pick up the Modern Essentials Guide. There's the Oil Magic, the Essential Life, a lot of different books. And then, of course, a lot of them are digital versions now. We didn't have those when I first started with oils. So the Modern Essentials app, and a lot of the, I think the Oil Magic book is also one that's just not listed here. All of these are ones that I reach for on a regular basis to assist other people with protocols, because we can't memorize everything. And this is something that everyone can do. If you want to message someone and say, hey, what do you suggest? Or you can look it up on your app and ask that person, what do you have, personal experience with? And, oh, this is what my app said, or this is what the book said. Do you have any experience with that? So there's some really great resources here for everybody. So if you're just getting started, there are a couple pre-made kits that doTERRA makes. The Natural Solutions kit has a great selection of things that can start you on that ditch and switch pathway if that's what you're looking for. A Home Essentials kit comes with that luxury toy. Now it's not a luxury toy for me. It's a necessity in every room, that diffuser. And the top 10 oils that I think everybody should have in their home. And then the Healthy Start kit also comes with that diffuser. So you see sort of a running trend there. Every kit needs a diffuser because everyone should have one in their home. So if you are ready to start that journey and you don't have oils yet, make sure you connect with the person that invited you here tonight, and see what difference you can make. Leaving that legacy of wellness is sort of what my husband and I talk about. We give our kids the information, we give them the foundational support that they need, the knowledge that they need, and then we let them make their own decisions and choices as they grow and learn and get stronger and older. And we just cross our fingers that we're doing the best we can. So that's it for the class. Now I can open it up to questions. Anyone that's here on the Zoom call with us, feel free to unmute if you have a question. And Aurora, if you can check the Facebook comments, I would love to see if anyone on there also has any questions or comments. But guys, feel free to unmute if you have any questions, and I'll check in the chat here also. Oh, Kim, I only just now looking in the chat. Thank you so much for sharing that for existing conditions. It may take time, it's not going to be an overnight fix. It's definitely going to take some time. She mentions it might take a month of using the oils, and that's absolutely true. Even up to a few months, depending on what you have going on. Absolutely. The patience is key. Any comments on Facebook, Aurora?
No, nothing
Awesome.
that I've seen. It's been a quiet group tonight.
All right. Well, hey, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. And we have these classes every week. The first week of the month, or first Wednesday of the month, is a specialty class. Last, I guess it was 2 weeks ago, we focused on Guard and the support that it can provide our systems for, especially our immune support. And every month, beginning of the month, we will have a different special class. And then every Wednesday following will be an intro kind of oils 101 class like this evening, so that you can invite everyone bring friends. If you are sharing oils and you have an oily team, make sure that they have the link. It's the same link every Wednesday, so that it's not hard to remember. You can just plug it into your calendar on your phone and join us from there. Awesome. Aurora, thanks so much for your tech genius.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Claire, for sharing with us tonight.
If there's no questions or comments from everyone else, oh, you're so welcome, Kim. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for joining me tonight, you guys, and have a great rest of your night. I think I have a 12-year-old who is baking cookies, so I'm going to go grab some of those.
Awesome.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.